Yo buddy, what's going on my fellow gamers? So in this video I want to show you guys some of the comparisons between this game, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, compared to this new game called Aniimo that's out. And Aniimo is absolutely amazing. I've been having a blast with this game, and I think you guys are really gonna like these comparisons here. Now, something I want to show off here within Pokemon Scarlet is that, you know, the Pokemon, they can interact with the environment. It's kind of limited on what they can do. You know, right now, look at these Pokemon here. They're not really doing anything. They're just, you know, questioning me. Why am I here? And they're kind of static. So when I first played Pokemon Scarlet, you know, this was actually pretty cool to see. Like, oh man, you can really interact with the Pokemon in the overworld, but it has its limitations, you know, and I'm not saying that as necessarily a bad thing, but you know, if we look at Aniimo, you're going to see what I mean, the difference here. All right, so the first environmental interaction that I want to show you guys with the Aniimo will be at the beach. So let's go teleport to this area. And the Aniimo that we are looking for is called Budclaw. So Budclaw is an Aniimo that has several variants. And here on the beach, he has a very specific form in which he has like a coconut exterior. So he's like a coconut crab. So you can see him. He just burrowed on the ground and he's running away from me. You see him? He's running away. So he dynamically interacts with me, but that's not it. So watch this. So if we could try to line this up perfectly, watch this. He ran into the tree. Like the environment played a part into how this Aniimo reacted. Like that is so cool. And now he's stunned and he goes back on the ground. Like that kind of attention to detail is so cool. And I think monster tamers can really benefit from doing something like that. And now he's trying to run away. Does he hit something else? Look, he hits another thing. Like he just can't get out of his own way. And that's just one of the many environmental interactions that is just so freaking cool to see out here. I want to show you guys another one. Okay, so now this environmental interaction we can see over here with these Oddi. So if you see right here, you see these Oddis right here, they're digging up a shell. Oh, they see me, so I'm gonna get back. We want to try to observe them from a distance, right? So now we go into camera mode and we can observe these Oddis in their natural environment. They are attacking a shell here. But the thing is, that's not just a shell. That's another Aniimo. That is an Aniimo that is called Shelly, and they are attacking it, literally trying to open it. And the thing is, that Aniimo only comes out primarily at night, so they're trying to pry open its shell while it's asleep during the day. Like that is so freaking cool, man. And also, you can see these Oddis are over here playing. Now, look, you see them? They're jumping off a dive board to bounce on the bouncy pad and go into the water. Like that is so awesome that you can see that. All right, and we're gonna try to zoom in. Look, they're having a fun day at the beach. There's another Oddi. He's jumping off, getting ready to dive on. Boo! And that just shows how much personality that these Aniimo have within the environment. It's a very wonderful thing to see that these Aniimo can interact with their environment. They have personalities. They feel like they belong and they live within this world. And here's the Shelly. So right now you can see some of them are asleep and this one is awake. They now see me and they are going back into their shells to protect themselves. And that's what those Oddis were trying to do. The Oddis love to steal the shells off of Shellys. And it's so freaking cool seeing that stuff interact with each other. Now, battles within Pokemon have been largely unchanged since the 90s. You still use a Pokemon that has 4 attacks and you pick the most super effective attack to deal the most amount of damage to your enemy. That's largely how you could play every single Pokemon game from 20 years ago until today. And then of course they throw in some gimmicks, Mega Evolutions, Terrestrialization, Dynamaxing, and things of that nature. Now, I'm not saying that turn-based combat is bad or anything. I look at Clear Obscure Expedition 33 and what they've done with turn-based combat and how awesome it looks. Now, of course, Legend ZA is taking a new approach when it comes to Pokemon combat. But honestly, when you compare Legend ZA to Animo's combat, it's like comparing a tricycle to a souped up motorcycle. Fans are just kind of wondering if Pokemon will be able to take that next step as well. Now I want to show you how combat works within Aniimo. Of course, we cannot skip combat. Combat is so dynamic within this game. You legit control the Aniimo and there's no turn-based mechanics. Everything is live. You react on the fly. And if you're not able to keep up, you're going to get knocked over. Look at this. I'm just fighting some wild Aniimo right now and having a blast. They even have ultimates. Look at this. This is an ultimate attack that I was able to use. Like, that is so freaking awesome. And you can also swap between different Aniimo on the fly. Look, I just swapped into Glacie, I went into Stellaris, and then I went into Glycera. All smooth, on the fly, no interruptions there. Now, I'm not saying that all monster tamers need to be dynamic and involve real-time combat. I'm just happy to see that this is here. And look at this. These are Aniimo hiding under the ground. Look, it's humming. I bet you didn't even know that. They were hiding, trying to avoid me. But nah, I'm here. You can't see me, baby. And here's another cool thing. Not only can you fight as your Aniimo, you can also fight as the trainer. Yeah, the Pathfinder. So as you can see, I'm throwing out a projectile, and I can also throw out a shroom that makes it get bigger, and that gives me a boost in combat. And I can use this melee hammer to deal damage to their break guard meter, which is just so freaking cool. And bam, there's another ultimate that just came out. And this feels like a very natural evolution for monster taming games, and I am here for it, man. It feels so freaking good to play something fresh and new. Now, within Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, you can customize your character, and I must admit, this is some of the most deepest and robust customization that you can do with your character that Pokemon has ever provided, and hats off to them for that. I think they did a great job with the customization, and yeah, no issues here. I think they did a pretty good job. Aniimo even takes this concept and goes a step further. And of course, if you go here to appearance, you can customize the fits however you see fit. Do you have assigned sets? And also you can change the individual clothing. So you have one for chest wear, one for legs, another one for gloves, another one for socks, and for shoes. So you can mix and match different styles that suit you and however you want to play the game. Also, you can add accessories. So as you can see, I have a tail on my character. Yeah, that's pretty damn cool. Now, of course, you can customize your Aniimo too. Now, I don't have any of these cosmetics unlocked, but of course, you can add them on here. So look, let's say I want to put these shades, these goggles on Scorchild. So what I'll do, I'll just adjust the position. I can go up, down. That's a part of him now. He can rock those cosmetics if he wanted to. I'm not going to keep that, but that's just an example that I can show here. So let's go down here to the beach to explore some options here. So as you can see, Koraidon is not leaving any footprints in the sand at all. And that's like something that should be like obvious. Like, why aren't footprints showing up in the sand? And when you see what Aniimo does with their footprints, it's going to blow it out of the water. I promise you, man. And of course, it's not a major thing, but when you see these things, they all add up over time. It's like, bro, like, why are you guys just doing the bare minimum here? And not only that, you can see your footprints within the sand too. But Aniimo goes a step further. So depending on which Aniimo you are, it'll change your footprints too. So as you can see, Finnelan kind of drags his feet across the dirt, and the footprints show that. Like, what in the hell? Like, these devs really cook. Now, if we go to Glacie, look at his footprints within the sand. It tracks them accurately. Like, I don't know who's going that hard for detail. And like, as you can see, Stellaris, he's kicking up a little bit of dirt too. But each Aniimo, they have their own respective footprints within the sand. And whoever coded this, whoever designed this, they cook, man. I can't lie. And of course, if you have the trainer, the Pathfinder too, they have their own footprints. And as you can see, Scorchild's running beside me, and he's also throwing his own footprints in the ground. Like, come on, man. What's everyone else's excuse? Come on, man. What's going on out here? Talk to me, baby. Talk to me, please. And also, we go into the water. Look, like, this water looks... I mean, okay, so for Scarlet and Violet, the water looks good. You know, for a Pokemon game, this water looks pretty good. And notice I said for a Pokemon game, right? Because the bar for a Pokemon game is kind of low. Let's be honest, right? And you can see some of the water caustics showing up here. Like, when you run in the water, it has a little bit of splash effect. And if I go here with Koraidon, let's go into the water. So cool. You can see it's splashing and Koraidon is swimming. That's a very nice detail here. And when you jump in the water, it makes a splash effect. And bam, that is really good. I do like that a lot. And also how you can see the Pokemon out here interacting in the beach. That's really cool. Now here, these Pokemon look like they actually belong in this environment. And I love the way these Pokemon are integrated here within the beach area. So you got the appropriate Pokemon out here in the ocean. And then, of course, you got your seagulls and other flying Pokemon that makes this feel lived in. And I will give credit on that part. This here at the beach, in the ocean, in the sea, yeah. It's just so much attention to detail in this game. And it comes from here in the water. So this water, these effects is just so beautiful. Look at this. Look at how the water is in this game, man. It's absolutely beautiful. When you jump in, it's dynamic. It splashes with you. You can hear the sounds of the water, the waves, and look at that. Look at the waves and look at the water caustics here. It is absolutely wonderful here what they are doing with this game. It legit feels like I'm on a beach. Look at those waves. Come on now, the attention to detail here is insane. And that makes me very, very happy to see. What Aniimo does with their environmental design, you will see how they integrate the environment to something cool. Now this is awesome. Do you see this Magikarp flopping on the beach shore? This is what I mean by something that's dynamic and cool. So Magikarp, they can jump really high and he's trying to get back into the water. He's now beached. But when he's in the water, he can swim. That's a very nice attention to detail here. And it shows like, hey, this Pokemon is interacting with its environment. And that's what I mean when I say attention to detail. It's kind of hard to find other Pokemon that dynamically interact with their environment. But this is a perfect example of one that is done correctly. And I really, really like that. And as you can see, the other Magikarp, they're out here swimming while their buddy is on the beach. Hey, I'm sorry about that, bro. Can't really do nothing about that, man. Another really cool interaction I want to show you guys is between Stellaris and Celestis. So Stellaris is the evolved form of Celestis, and as you can see, these Celestis, they're following me. Like, that is so cool. It's like they see like the big brother and they start to follow him. And when I first saw this, like my jaw dropped and I almost cried. I'm not gonna lie, because that is so adorable that the Celestis will follow you. Like, what in the world? And as you can see, Stellaris has a dash animation in which it flies on a star. Like, that is so much aura. Like, I don't even know what else to call it, man. That is so freaking awesome. And yeah, the Celestis, they'll just keep on following you. Now, if I was to twine into a different Aniimo, look, they run away. They run away. Now, I will say when I first started playing this game at release, I was impressed. Because when you compare Pokemon games to other Pokemon games, it's like, man, they're doing great. But once you step out of that Pokemon Echo Chamber, that Nintendo Echo Chamber, and you really compare these Pokemon games to other AAA releases, you really start to see like how the features are just like not really there, and it's just like sad. But so here's one of the biggest hubs within Scarlet and Violet, right? So it is a nice area for a Pokemon game. But when I compare this to other video games, like, man, this is just kind of lackluster. Look at that NPC in the background moving at 8 frames a second. That is horrible. What kind of game optimization is this, bro? And then if we go look at these windows, like, they're just like flat textures, man. Like, ew. And what is this storefront? No way. Like, and then you don't even go into the store. It's just a menu. It's just a graphic user interface, and you don't even get to talk to anyone in there. It's just a flat texture. You walk in there and you get presented with a screen. Yep, there's your restaurant, guys. Like, come on, man. Now, I do like seeing these characters out here, you know, sipping on their drinks, and you have a Swablu right here. That does help make the world feel lived in, right? But things like that are just few and far in between. These Combi hanging out over by the fountain, that's pretty cool too. Something within this hub, it just makes it feel like these people are robots and they're just living in a simulation. Like, it doesn't feel like it's lived in or dynamic. It's just like, hey guys, we're gonna put this toy set down here, and we have a couple of automatons that may or may not react to what you do within the world. And I know that's a horrible way to describe it, but that's how it feels, man. Now here we go in the hub area, and as you can see, this place is absolutely freaking beautiful. It's popping with color. It actually feels dynamic and it's like real and is lived in. Look at this. Look at how vibrant it is, how polished and clean everything is. This is absolutely amazing. Check this out. You saw that? If you walk on the ground, like, these things will make noise. That is so freaking awesome, man. And here's a store here. We're just going to walk around. Like, this feels like the future of what a next gen game should feel like. And dude, I don't know what else to say here, man. Like, do you not see this? Look how awesome this game looks. This is the hub area. The windows, the buildings, the design. Look at the skybox. It even has dynamic graphics within the windows. And look up here. I'll turn on the camera for you guys. You see this? Look at that. Just this little interaction here. Like, that is so freaking cool, man. And this is just so much more. Look at that, Idle Geographic. Like National Geographic. That's freaking hilarious. Oh, and then you have these signs that you can interact with and you can fix it. It's like a little mini puzzle. You see that? That's cool. Just a little mini puzzle that you can do right here on the fly. And also, this is not the whole extent of the hub area. And as you can see here, you can interact with other players also. And look, even his Aniimo, he has Super Saiyan 3 hair on it. Look at that, bro. Yo, that's a cosmetic that he put on his Ignitus. Oh, that's awesome. I got to get a picture of that. Super Saiyan Ignitus, baby. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's so cool. That Thorn Blade, I think that's a Prismano version of it. That's so freaking cool, man. And you genuinely can interact with everybody here. So it's a living, breathing hub. Dude, just walking here, like, come on, how can you deny the character and polish that you're seeing right here before you? Yes, this is a live concert here from Animos. And within this game, it's like it's a living, breathing world. The Animos, they feel distinct. They feel like they belong within this world and they interact with the environment. They're not just creatures. Like, these are actual living beings that you can live alongside with. And here's another hub area. This is like the starting zone where you begin the game. And of course, you can talk with all kinds of NPCs in here and interact with them to get other side quests, missions, and things of that nature. And this is insane. As you can see, it's multi-layered, multi-floored, and all that good stuff. Oh, and by the way, we are flying and we're in Asher, so we're up in the sky. So if you look down, you can see the rest of the world below. That's like below you. This is like a sky window, like in an airplane. Yeah, we're like 10,000 feet in the sky, and that's a bird's eye view of everything. Yeah, you talk about detail. Talk to me, baby. Talk to me. As you can tell within this video, I have not disparaged any other video games here. I am just happy that we have a monster tamer that is just breathing so much life and could be a serious new step moving forward for creature capturing games moving into the future. Please bring on more. This is what innovation looks like. This is what happens when you have competition and other creators start creating. You get good stuff that can help deliver to what fans are craving for.